Good morning. I thought, what a great day to lose some subscribers. So today I'll talk about this book, Wrestling with Jesus by d.k.mylor. Okay. So this guy contacted me. He's a viewer of this channel. And he said, I wrote this book about Christianity. You want to read it? So I did. I read it. And he's not paying me to talk about it. I think it's an important subject. Right? So I was introduced to Christianity when I was young. And I did some study. Right? I like the guy, Jesus. I still like him. I think he was a good man. Great man. But I never liked the religion part. And frankly, I didn't like the Bible. I had so many questions. So much didn't make any sense to me. See? So I had all these questions when this guy contacted me. And of course, I grew up here in Sweden, in the north. And you know, back in the days, we had a very different religion here, when people were Vikings. And then I know what happened. You know, the Christians, they came along and they said, you better turn Christian, all of you, or we will not trade with you. And then they went through the rulers, and the rulers said, this is now a Christian land. We all need to be Christians, or else, you know. So they forced the religion upon the people here in the north. And then later, hundreds of years later, they burned the women, you know, the witch hunt. So many women were killed because they were a threat to the Christians. It was the Christians who did it, you know. I never forgave them for this. Otherwise, it's terrible. And this is, of course, well documented, what they did. It happened all over Europe at the same time, basically. So I didn't like the past of this Christianity. And I also know something about what happened here in Sweden in the 1800s. The Christian church was so dominant, and they changed people, basically. People became sort of timid, right? People thought, we mean nothing, we are insignificant in the eye of God. Right? And this was pushed on to people here. So it changed this society. And I didn't like it. Right? I thought it was better when people were Vikings. They were more confident, to say the least. You know? Now some say, well, Christianity civilized this part of the world. I don't think so. If you look at what's happening now, for instance, I don't think it's such a good thing, what happened. I could see some improvements, you know, especially with the people. Right? So I'm not very convinced about the benefits of Christianity. I usually get along with Christians because we often have the same view on abortion, for instance. So people who are Christians, I don't mind it at all. You know, it's the religion, especially the organized part of it. You know, the Catholic Church, the Swedish Christian Church. I think they are just terrible. I don't like them. You know. So, and I also had these questions about the Bible. And that's what this book is about. You know? It's a brilliant book. So the writer himself, what I understand, he was very active Christian for, I think, 25 years. Very active. And then he got to question things, and then eventually he wrote this book. It's the whole book is a dialogue between this guy and Jesus. So he meets Jesus today. So you get this dialogue going, and it's so educational. It was for me. I was very, very surprised about some things that came up in this dialogue. And of course it answered some questions that I had. And it's funny. It's a very well written, funny book, you know. It's good. So I strongly recommend it. So now you can get it. There's a copy for you if you want it. The link below, just click on the link, you can get a copy, right? Apparently there are 2 versions of it. This is there are 3 versions of it, yeah. This is the 3rd edition, edited. And it's a new one that you want. This is the best one, right? So if you just click the link, you will see it. It's right there. You can get a copy if you want. Right, so now I know some people are upset with me questioning their religion. Well, I really don't care. You can be upset and offended if you want, and you can leave, unsubscribe. I don't care. I think it's an important thing. You need to look at this thing, Christianity. What did it do to people? Really. Right. That's all. Be good.